New Ogalno Guata of Atai Gala and his amiable deputy governor, Chief Edward Onoja, provides a resounding proof. A gathering that has this caliber of people in attendance is indeed a testimony of a man who is well in touch with the appropriate political classes that will further connect Kogi State to the sources of development and prosperity. Today, investors are indicating interest to do business in Kogi State. Kogi is firmly connected to the center that works. The Ajokuta Steel Company is about to witness a dramatic turnaround that will revive the pride and worth of the state. Let's join hands to put Kogi on the national map of development. Vote Yahaya Bello and his deputy, Chief Edward Onoja, a rational choice.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, cordially invites the general public to the 2019 Abuja Carnival taking place between 23rd and 25th November 2019. Theme: Culture for Peace. Street Carnival and opening ceremony. Saturday 23rd November 2019. Venue from Old Parade Ground to Area 1 Abuja. Time from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Other cultural activities on display are Children's Fiesta at GSS Area 10 Garki Abuja, Durba at Kuje Stadium, Boat Regatta at Jabi Dam, Masquerade Fiesta at Government Day Secondary School, Gwagwalada, Traditional Cuisine Fair and Bush Bar at Old Parade Ground, Command Performance and Award Night, as well as Contemporary Music Fiesta at the Old Parade Ground from 23rd to 25th November 2019. Time from 8:30 p.m. till dawn daily. Deaconess Grace Isu Gekbe, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, announcer.
This year, like every other year, for over a decade, we celebrate and reward African creatives around the world at the African Academy Awards ZAFA 2019 in Abuja, Nigeria. The second homecoming event is a 3-day gathering of industry stakeholders and enthusiasts to network as well as encourage and motivate budding talents. The movie screenings, exhibitions, and masterclasses will hold at the Silverbird Galleria on the 22nd to 23rd November 2019. The awards and gala night on the 24th of November 2019 at the prestigious Transcorp Hilton Hotel Abuja. For inquiries and sponsorship, advert placements, and tickets, call the following numbers on your screen now or visit www.zafa.org.
That's wonderful. I'm super excited about it. Nothing expected of them other than awesome.
ZAF 2019. Come expecting the unexpected.
Helpline Foundation Nigeria and partners present the 3rd Annual African Women Conference AWC 2019, a gathering of experts, institutions, corporate organizations, and individuals promoting the growth, stability, and development of African women, through which various resources available to African women can be channeled towards the sustainable development of the continent.
Keynote speakers: Dimple Talin, Ramatu Tijani Aliu, Magdala Cooper, Binta Masigarba, Karima Ranim, Ibtisame Aziz, Dr. Anissa Nagra, veteran Nollywood actors and actors.
Theme: a coalition to end gender inequality in Africa. Date 21st to 23rd November 2019. Venue: Kenzi Manara Palace, Marrakesh, Morocco. For participation and inquiries, visit www.africa-womenconference.org or call +234 806 5388 424. AWC, building in Africa where every woman's potential is fully harnessed. Powered by Helpline Foundation Nigeria, Echoes Africa Initiative, New York International Center for Diplomacy, Morocco.
Welcome back to Abuja. In line with the federal government's drive to boost food sufficiency through agricultural development, the Akwa Ibom state government has concluded plans to establish green projects in the 31 local government areas of the state. Governor Emmanuel announced this during an unscheduled inspection of the greenhouse project located within the Victor Atta International Airport. Susanna Suko reports.
The model greenhouse project of the Akwa Ibom State Government was inaugurated in 2018 to experiment how fertile the soil can be for some vegetables. With the aim of ensuring food sufficiency and security for the people of the state, agriculture has become the passion of Governor Dum Emmanuel. In an unscheduled visit to the state model greenhouse located within the Victor Atta International Airport, to see things for himself, Governor Dum Emmanuel expressed satisfaction with the progress and yield of the vegetables planted there. He maintained that Akwa Ibom State is blessed with fertile soil, favorable weather, and adequate resources that can enhance all-season agriculture, and urged the people of the state to key into all-season farming campaign.
I promise you that before we leave office, 80% of what we consume must be produced in Akwa Ibom. I think this is a classical case.
The Commissioner for Agriculture and Women Affairs, Dr. Glory Edit, who showed the governor round the farm, appreciated his visionary leadership and passion for agriculture. She noted that the greenhouse project has recorded remarkable breakthrough, adding that the tomatoes, pepper, and cucumber are ready for harvest, with off-takers already on ground to buy off the vegetables.
We are planting tomato, pepper, and cucumber. And as you've seen, the first set we planted, the tomato is matured. So by tomorrow, we are harvesting them to the market.
From the Victor International Airport, Susan Asukwo, NTA News.
And still talking agriculture, the federal government initiative towards reviving the country's collapsed textile and garment industries has received a boost. The successful trial of new cotton seeds that are pest resistant. In this report, correspondent Musa Baliu takes a look at the characteristics of the new seeds and its socio-economic impact.
This is how cotton plants look like. It produces bulbs at its maturing stage, which will later burst to bring out soft tissue fiber. Agriculturists say Nigerian farmers have been planting cash crops since 1903, largely in the Savannah Belt, consisting states in the northern and southwestern parts of the country.
One of the highest employers of labor in this country. And it also created hundreds of thousands of jobs in the different textile mills.
In recent times, however, there is the fear that cotton in Nigeria will extinct as farmers have lost interest in its cultivation. This is due to high costs of production caused by insect infestation, low yield, coupled with issues relating to demand and supply.
Without cotton, sustainable cotton production, then obviously the indigenous, who are the immediate users of the cotton produced by farmers, will not meet their installed capacities.
The federal government's policy towards reviving textile industries challenged the country's scientists on the need to produce a high-yielding variety of cotton seeds that are easy to manage and are pest-resistant.
The technology that will address the root cause of abandoning cotton production in Nigeria, revamp it, and also lower the cost for the production to farmers.
Consequently, a new variety has been identified which has undergone series of field and lab trials and are judged among the best in the world.
This crop is producing about 200 balls per plant, as against our existing crop that is producing less than 50 balls.
The African continent's chance to benefit from these technologies, however, lies heavily on its ability to efficiently communicate its potential benefits.
The Central Bank of Nigeria had already incorporated 100,000 farmers into her co-borrowers program, with 190 billion naira set aside to support textile, lint, and garment industrialists. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Let's now join Abdullahi Mohammed in our Kaduna Network Center for more news on Nationwide. Hello, Abdullahi.
Good day, Noli, and thanks for joining us here in Kaduna. A high-level delegation from Shandong province of the People's Republic of China was in Kano to explore areas of investment and interventions. At a meeting with representatives of the Kano business community, key areas identified are leather, textile, agro-allied and agricultural mechanization. Abdullah Mustafa has details.
The delegation was led to Kano by President of the China People's Political Consultative Committee, Fu Zifang. Their coming followed an earlier visit to Shandong province by Kano's Deputy Governor Nasir Yusuf Gawuna and Emir Muhammad Sanusi II. That led to the signing of a memorandum of understanding between the two parties. The meeting with Kano Business Community, therefore, is to exchange ideas on how to effectively actualize the agreements that target industrial development of Kano.
So that negotiating between the investors and our own investors here, the business community, will be something positive.
To put Kano very firmly in a very constructive manner on the investment map of China.
And we appreciate the effort of the Emir of Kano and the cooperation of the Governor of Kano.
The leather industry is a very big industry in Nigeria. We are the second largest foreign exchange earners, apart from in non-oil sector.
Leader of the Chinese delegation, Fu Zifang, who spoke through an interpreter, assured the government and business community of Kano of more beneficial investment relationship with the Shandong province, especially in the sectors of education, renewable energy, infrastructure, and agricultural production and processing. In Kano, Abdullah Mustafa, NTA News.
And away from Kano to its neighbor now, the Emir of Dutse in Jigawa State, Haji Muhammad Sanusi, has stressed the need for wealthy individuals to complement government in the provision of standard healthcare services to the less privileged in the society. The Emir was speaking when he granted audience to a team of medical experts from the United States of America at his palace. Let's join Awal Muhammad Kazori, who has details of the report.
The team was in Dutse on the invitation of an APC stalwart, Nasiru Haladudano, for a medical mission where medical doctors examine people suffering from various ailments free of charge. The Emir of Dutse, Alhaji Nuhu Muhammad Sanusi, who described health as vital to human survival, says no amount of resources invested in the sector will be a waste. He commended the Dano Foundation, calling on other privileged sons and daughters of the emirate to do same.
I'm sure you must have learned the major problems of our people, the patients, so to say. Maybe in the next visit you will work out towards what is most common illness among our people.
The sponsor, who is also a title holder in Dutse Emirate, says the program, which lasted for 3 days, has achieved success. Members of the medical mission were conducted around the historic palace. From Dutse, Awal Muhammad Kazauri, NTA News.
And back in Kaduna, victims of recent attacks in Kaura local government area of the state have received donation from the National Emergency Management Agency NEMA as part of palliative measures to alleviate their suffering. Lois Anthony reports that the benefiting communities were happy with the gesture.
Items donated include food, building materials, and beddings. Presenting the items at Central Primary School Fada Atakar, the Northwest Coordinator of NEMA, Ishaya Chonuku, urged the people to embrace dialogue whenever there are disputes and live in peace with their neighbors. Receiving the items on behalf of the community, member representing Kaura Federal Constituency in the House of Representatives, Gideon Goni, appreciated NEMA for the gesture, adding that it will go a long way in cushioning the effect of hardship of the displaced persons.
What has happened to part of my constituency is a sad one, and people who are displaced.
In a remark, the Agomtaka Tobaras in Komwada assured NEMA that the items will reach the appropriate beneficiaries and asked the affected communities, including Zangan and Kirin, to endeavor to go back to their areas as the items are meant to resettle them.
We are requesting the government to ensure that there is a permanent police presence at this border area so that we can have peace.
In Kapanchan, Lois Apollo, NTA News.
And that report from Lois wraps up our contribution from here. It's back to Nolin, who is standing by to continue nationwide in Abuja. Nolin.
Thank you, Abdullahi. And here in Abuja, the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport now has the Migration Information Data Analysis System, MIDAS, for real-time sharing of air travelers' biodata between security agencies. Victor Azor reports that the Abuja Airport is only the first of 5 airports to benefit from the project.
Air travel is common for movement between countries, hence the quest to improve security at Nigeria's airports. The minister's quick steps are an indication of his eagerness to welcome the Migration Information Data Analysis System, MIDAS they call it. It is a system that enables sharing of air travelers' biodata between security agencies. Already deployed to good effect in 14 land borders and 2 seaports in Nigeria, the Danish government seeks to replicate same success at Nigeria's airports.
Systems like MIDAS are essential everywhere in the world in order to be able to control the data of the passengers that you bring on board international flights. So when we realized that this was a need, we stepped in.
The Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport is the first of 5 airports in which the system will be installed, and the Minister of Interior, Ralph Aregbesola, understands its implications for internal security.
Just as it is in other advanced nations, it's not possible anymore for a known criminal to get into our country or get out of our country without us identifying such a person and bringing him to check.
This is a revolution, but not only for immigration, it is for all law enforcement. And this system will be linked with all the wanted persons globally, with the Interpol and local suspect index.
With MIDAS now at the airports, Nigeria becomes even more unattractive for criminal elements who may want to hide away in the country. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
Traditional institution has been identified as a veritable tool for sustaining peace and nation building. Mary Adamu reports that this came to the fore at a one-day peace workshop for traditional rulers and community leaders, jointly organized by a presidential committee on Northeast Initiative, Green Horizon, European Union and British Council, held in Giri, Adamawa State.
Traditional rulers, aside from spearheading the affairs of their domains, they are also saddled with the responsibility of maintaining security, law and order. This therefore formed the basis for this training, which is to keep district, village and ward heads abreast with the nitty-gritty of safeguarding lives and property of the entire people of their various localities. The focal person of Green Horizon, Amina Mohammed Ali, at the occasion, said they are saddled with the responsibility of legal information, human rights, dispute resolution, community safety, as well as security matters. She said more than 300 traditional rulers and their subjects in different emirates of Borno, Yobe and Adama have been trained in maintaining conflicts in Nigeria together with Presidential Committee on Northeast Initiative. The district head of Giri in Adamawa State, Dr. Ahmed Ibrahim Mustafa, said peace is an integral part for the development of every society and that traditional and community leaders around the globe are a beacon in which peace is built upon, and applauded the peace building capacity workshop, which is relevant to the present day crisis. Other speakers on the workshop are the chairman of Giri local government, Mohammed Jidda Tukur, as well as opinion mothers who said the workshop will go a long way in bringing the needed lasting peace desirable anywhere in the world. In Yola, Mary Adamu, NTA News.
Zenre Dimu is in our Jos Network Center. Let's now join her for more stories from that zone. Hello, Zenre.
Hello, Nolin, and welcome to Jos. To keep abreast with emerging global trends in journalism and sharpen their skills, journalists have converged on Jos for a multimedia masterclass training. From Apanye reports.
The days of watching news on TV, radio, and newspaper are fast eroding. News are now made available on social media platforms to include mobile phones and other electronic gadgets. To change the narrative, journalists and media organizations have been challenged to brand themselves and embrace the trend of new media reportage.
Media is evolving, and we're living in a very complex landscape where journalists and media practitioners and professionals need to aggregate. So we're talking about convergence. We're talking about getting everybody on one platform. And if we're not properly equipped, especially from this part of the world, we'll not be able to hold our own and be competitive in the kind of capacity and ability to tell the kind of stories we like to tell.
While embracing the new media trend, journalists are charged to ensure that the ethics of the profession and aim of disseminating information to the public is not jeopardized.
I think they did a very good work organizing this for us to get to know more about the radio, the TV, the print, and all of them.
The tutor of Hassan John and where he spoke today about the space
how to take advantage of this social media space is very, very key.
Participants were thankful to the convener and resource person for sharing from their wealth of experience and vast knowledge on media practice. In Jos, Framapanyi, NTA News.
Women across the 17 local government areas of Plateau State are being empowered with skills and equipment through the Support Women Initiative, SWITCH, a pet project of the wife of the Plateau State Governor, Regina Lalong. Already, a team has commenced the needs assessment of beneficiaries across the local government areas. Aisha Buhari Andrew has details.
The coordinator Switch Foundation, John Junu, said they have taken stock of the needs of women in the 257 electoral wards across the local government areas of the state. He assured women that the wife of the governor intends to bring succor and transform their lives, irrespective of their party affiliations or religion.
The ultimate aim of targeting women for empowerment, for economic empowerment, is to ensure that if they're able to get support, then that will liberate them from poverty, slavery, and that will also enable them to, in turn, support their children to grow in a way that will bring glory to the community as well as to bring glory to God Himself.
Zonal coordinators of Switch Foundation, Zainab Sok, Esther Waklek, Edwina Shaplong, and Rahila Mangai addressed the women on how to form cooperatives for economic empowerment. Items requested by the women at different wards include canopy and chairs, cereal processing machine, and vegetable oil processing machine. The Switch team also visited Chairman of Kanke Local Government Area, Emmanuel Da, and that of Mikam Local Government Area, represented by his deputy, Austin Baku, where they all appreciated the initiative of the First Lady. In Jos, Aisha Buhari Andrew, NTA News.
That's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide continues after this break.
Murumba College, Jos, one of the great pioneer secondary schools in the city of Jos, in conjunction with St. Murumba Old Boys Association, SMOBA and PTA, cordially invite friends and well-wishers to her Diamond Jubilee celebration under the distinguished guest of honor, Right Honorable Simon Bakulalong, Governor of Plateau State, Chairman of the occasion, Professor Suleiman Elias Bogoro, Executive Secretary Ted Fon, Chief Host, Most Reverend Ignatius Ayo Kaigama, Apostolic Administrator of Jos Archdiocese, and Co-Adjutor, Archbishop of Abuja. Program of events: Wednesday, 13th November 2019, there will be a road walk and awareness campaign from Standard Junction to St. Murumba College by 9 a.m., after which there will be a press conference. Thursday, 14th November 2019, opening mass at St. Murumba Parish by 10 a.m. Medical outreach kicks off immediately after mass and the book dedication thereafter. Friday, 15th November 2019, there will be a continuation of medical outreach and talk show by 9 a.m. at St. Murumba College. Music concert thereafter by 3 p.m. at the College Hall. Saturday, November 16, 2019, Peace Novelty Match between SMOBA International Stars and Plateau All Stars by 9 a.m. at the famous Murumba Pitch, while dinner, award night, and a book launch with the title Building Minds, St. Murumba at 60, comes up at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Eliel Center along Gold and Base Road, Jos. Sunday, 17th November 2019, Thanksgiving and Farewell Mass by 9 a.m. at St. Murumba Parish. Join us celebrate an enduring home of global pace-setters and trailblazers. Announcer, Central Planning Committee.
20 years of travel and counting. 20 years of promoting tourism in Africa and diaspora. Over 3 million kilometers traveled. Over 30 African countries visited. Explored the diaspora in 4 continents. Connected over 100,000 happy tourists to Africa. Reached over 50 million homes. Igniting smiles across Africa and beyond. As Kogi Africa turns 20, we thank you and invite you to join us in the quest for 20 must-visit destinations in partnership with the largest TV network in Africa, the NTA, Ministry of Information and Culture, Ministry of Transportation, Lagos State Government, Kano, Delta Airlines, Royal Caribbean, Tour Brokers International. You too can still be a partner. Call the numbers on your screen or info@gogeafrica.tv. Goge Africa, celebrating 2 decades of heritage, travel and tourism.
Meet the dreamer. Meet the stylish. Meet the bold. Meet the inquisitive. Meet the warrior. Meet the master. Meet the realist. The challenge is coming. Unity Challenge. Power, development, and peace. Coming soon.
Thank you for rejoining us in Abuja. Fighting corruption and insecurity at all levels is critical for the attainment of 2030 Sustainable Development Goals and the provision of infrastructural development to Nigerians. This was the submission of stakeholders at the Center for Peace and Environment Justice's 10th Annual Conference with the theme Insecurity and Corruption, Implication for Development in Africa. Hamman Jabani reports.
Seated here are experts on security, anti-corruption sectors and government officials addressing the challenges of insecurity and corruption that brought about derivation, alienation and conflict among others in Nigeria, resulting into the emergence of insurgency groups and infrastructural deficit. The introduction of single treasury accounts, IPPIS, land border closure, whistleblower policy are some of the measures put in place by the government to address corruption.
Today we have so much investment in the military. We have increased funding for police. We have increased funding for anti-corruption agencies because we're able to recover money that is now put back into fighting corruption and making sure that we address the problem of insecurity.
Center for Peace and Environment for Justice at its 10th annual conference and its partners asks a pertinent question as to how best the twin evils of corruption and insecurity in Nigeria, in spite of effort made full administration, could be tackled.
For all security agents to try as much as possible to nip it at the bud. Then for corruption, yes, ICPC and EFCC are doing their best, but they should not winch hunt perceived political enemies, but rather they should sincerely go after those who have looted the national treasury.
The gathering is synonymous in recommending improvement in the quality of governance in order to reduce the incidence of corruption and insecurity in Nigeria. Hamman Jabani, NTA News.
The First Lady, Aisha Buhari, has admonished Muslim faithful to do only that which pleases the Prophet in order to earn Allah's pleasure. This was at a special prayer for the nation at the State House, Abuja.
May Almighty Allah accept our prayers.
It is Eid al-Mawlud, a blessed event in the Muslim family, as Prophet Muhammad steps to the world. Here at the banquet hall in the presidential villa, Abuja, faithful of the revered faith gathered, drawing inspiration from this auspicious occasion to seek divine intervention on the nation's challenges and aspirations. Nigeria's First Lady Aisha Buhari reminded the congregation the need to work towards ending some social vices, especially among the youths.
Challenges like corruption, drug abuse among women and young people. With the consent of Mr. President, I decided to come up with a presidential task force on drug abuse. We decided to come up with a task force. Since our Chief of Staff is here, he will help us to push it, to hasten the inauguration of the task force.
For the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, loyalty to leaders should go beyond the lips.
May each and every one of us not just continue to say Buhari, we should act Buhari, by also not being corrupt. May Almighty Allah continue to be with us and guide us and continue to make us model for the righteous.
Easy for us. Allahumma nas'aluka al-huda. Make it easy for us.
You're still watching Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. We'll take another commercial break and come back shortly. Please stay with us.
St. Murumba College, Jos, one of the great pioneer secondary schools in the city of Jos, in conjunction with St. Murumba Old Boys Association, SMOBA and PTA, cordially invite friends and well-wishers to her Diamond Jubilee celebration under the distinguished guest of honor, Right Honorable Simon Bakula, Long Governor of Plateau State, Chairman of the occasion, Professor Suleiman Elias Bogoro, Executive Secretary Tetfon, Chief Host, Most Reverend Ignatius Ayo Kaigama, Apostolic Administrator of Jos Archdiocese, and Core Adjutor, Archbishop of Abuja. Program of events, Wednesday 13th November 2019, there will be a road walk and awareness campaign from Standard Junction to St. Murumba College by 9 a.m., after which there will be a press conference. Thursday 14th November 2019, opening mass at St. Murumba Parish by 10 a.m. Medical outreach kicks off immediately after mass and the book dedication thereafter. Friday 15th November 2019, there will be a continuation of medical outreach and talk show by 9 a.m. at St. Murumba College. Music concert thereafter by 3 p.m. at the College Hall. Saturday, November 16, 2019, Peace Novelty March between SMOBA International Stars and Plateau All Stars by 9 a.m. at the famous Murumba Pitch, while dinner, sport night, and a book launch with the title Building Minds, St. Murumba at 60 comes up at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Eliel Center along Gold and Base Road, Jos. Sunday 17th November 2019, Thanksgiving and Farewell Mass by 9 a.m. at St. Murumba Parish. Join us celebrate an enduring home of global pacesetters and trailblazers. Announcer, Central Planning Committee.
20 years of travel and counting. 20 years of promoting tourism in Africa and diaspora. Over 3 million kilometers traveled. Over 30 African countries visited. Explored the diaspora in 4 continents. Connected over 100,000 happy tourists to Africa. Reached over 50 million homes. Igniting smiles across Africa and beyond. As Kogi Africa turns 20, we thank you and invite you to join us in the quest for 20 must-visit destinations in partnership with the largest TV network in Africa, the NTA, Ministry of Information and Culture, Ministry of Transportation, Lagos State Government, Kano, Delta Airlines, Royal Caribbean, Tour Brokers International. You too can still be a partner. Call the numbers on your screen or info@gogeafrica.tv. Kogi Africa, celebrating 2 decades of heritage, travel and tourism.
Meet the dreamer. Meet the stylish. Meet the bold. Meet the inquisitive. Meet the warrior. Meet the master. Meet the realist. The challenge is coming. Unity Challenge. Power, development, and peace. Coming soon.
Thank you for staying with us. More than 5 billion naira was raised in support of the poor and vulnerable women and children in some parts of the northern states of Nigeria. This was at a dinner organized by a non-governmental organization in support of children around the world, especially in Nigeria. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo at the event says it is obvious that government alone cannot provide the needs of all, and expresses the need for more philanthropic gesture in support of social programs in the country. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
It's all about the Nigerian children. This dance drama paints the prowling diseases and avoidable conflicts that have placed women and children in pitiable conditions, not only in Nigeria but across the globe. In every minute, 2 or more children may be losing their lives to a disease that is preventable or treatable. In Nigeria, Save the Children Fund is working with the Kupi Foundation, headed by Florence Ifeoluwa Otedola.
I went to Borno State, and the first child I met at Molai Hospital was only 2 years old. She was so malnourished that she needed a blood transfusion. Bed after bed, I met more and more sick children dying, including a 16-year-old mother who was also malnourished.
Although hundreds of millions of children have been saved through radical approach by governments across the world to reduce child mortality, according to Global Childhood Report 2019, released by the Save the Children campaigners, the general feeling, however, is that more could still be done by respective governments, organizations, and even on individual level to prevent the death of 44.4 million children annually.
Yet we're far from where we ought to be. 1.7 million new job entrants come into the job market every year. We are 4 million pupils short of our target for school feeding, even though we're feeding 9.3 million. When we look at our last estimates, we should be doing 15 million in microcredits to make the difference that we should make at 2 million. It's obvious that government cannot do it alone. It is time for each and every one of us to decide that we really can make a difference and make our own contribution to this cause of ensuring that the poor and the vulnerable are given a decent life and attain some dignity while they are alive.
Women don't eat up the money by themselves or their family. They make sure that they give it to others.
Organizers promised that the proceeds from the event will go towards the foundation's programs that will benefit thousands of Nigerians in need. A number of serving governors and dignitaries, including the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Shomale, and former Senate President Bukola Saraki, were in attendance. In Abuja, Jide Onifade, NT News.
On sporting activities, Team Port Harcourt has emerged the overall winner of the Eastern Naval Command Intra-Command Sports Competition, clinching over 4 trophies. Ode Adino reports that the team attributed their victory to adequate training preparatory to the championship.
Some of the events competed for at the just completed Eastern Naval Command's Game 2019 include football match, relay race, match pass, tug of war, among others. Different trophies were presented to winning teams in various events as team coordinator of Victorious Team Port Harcourt speaks.
Basically, our secret was early training. We've been training before now, in which our commander sponsored it and everything went well.
Putting off the championship torch, the special guest of honor, Air Vice Marshal Eko Osim, retired, thanked the Eastern Naval Command for sustaining the tradition of the military in the area of sport, which he noted is pertinent to keep personnel fit for effective operation.
This is an opportunity to further interaction, strengthening bonds.
The flag officer commanding Eastern Naval Command, Rear Admiral David Admiral, expressed satisfaction with the performance of the athletes.
Commending a high level of discipline and sportsmanship displayed throughout the period of the games.
The Eastern Naval Command's Game 2019 is an inter-command championship to encourage fitness among personnel. In Calabar, Ode Alenyo, NTA News.
And next is a sports update with Kene Mabudeke.
The Super Eagles of Nigeria hope to make a strong start